The night sky over Babylon shimmered with secrets, a canvas of infinite possibilities painted with starlight. Each star a silent messenger carrying tales across vast cosmic distances, whispering forgotten lore. In ancient times, people believed dreams were bridges to the divine ethereal pathways to realms beyond human comprehension. These dreams were seen as carrying messages, warnings, and prophecies, glimpses into a future yet to unfold. Kings and commoners alike listened for these whispers in the night, seeking guidance and understanding in the face of life's uncertainties. Trusting that the gods spoke clearest, when the world was still, hushed and receptive to the voices of the unseen. Daniel, a young captive in Babylon, a man of unwavering faith and profound wisdom, understood this sacred language of dreams, recognizing their power to reveal hidden truths. He believed that even in darkness, in the depths of despair and uncertainty, a single divine message could change everything, altering the course of destiny. On one fateful night, a message was sent, a celestial decree, not to a prophet, but to King Nebuchadnezzar, the ruler of a vast and mighty empire, the most powerful man in the world, a figure of immense authority and influence. The dream struck the king with such force, a jolt of divine energy that shattered his slumber, that it would shake the foundations of his soul and his empire, threatening to unravel all that he had built. This was no ordinary vision. It was a tapestry woven with symbols and portents. It was a divine whisper destined to echo through history, resonating across generations. And so, under the starry Babylonian sky, a story began, a tale of power, prophecy, and the enduring strength of faith. One that would turn a forgotten dream into a timeless prophecy, forever etched in the annals of time. The fate of empires now rested on a mystery revealed in the troubled sleep of a king, a secret, waiting to be unlocked. King Nebuchadnezzar awoke, heart pounding, haunted by a dream he could not remember. The terror lingered, a shadow he could not shake, its meaning lost but its importance undeniable. He paced his chamber, consumed by the sense that he'd glimpsed a secret that could change the world. The king, master of nations, was powerless against this invisible torment. His mind, usually sharp, was now clouded by dread and frustration. The forgotten dream poisoned his days, making every royal duty feel hollow. He knew this was no ordinary nightmare. It was a prophecy, a warning from the divine. The weight of the unknown became unbearable, his fear turning to anger. Nebuchadnezzar, used to absolute control, now raged against the silence of his own mind. The dream was a riddle he could not solve, and his desperation would soon engulf his entire court. The king's private nightmare was about to become a crisis for all of Babylon. The fate of the wise men and the empire hung in the balance. Nebuchadnezzar summoned his wisest advisors, his face set with grim resolve. The magicians, astrologers, and Chaldeans gathered, sensing the king's fury. "A dream has troubled me," the king declared. "Tell me the dream and its interpretation." Stunned silence filled the hall. Never had such an impossible demand been made. The wise men pleaded, "Tell us the dream, and we will interpret it." But the king's patience was gone. He saw their hesitation as deceit. "If you cannot tell me both the dream and its meaning, you will be torn limb from limb, but if you succeed, you will be richly rewarded." The ultimatum was clear: reveal the impossible, or face certain death. Panic swept through the court. No mortal could know another's dream. Yet the king's command was absolute, and the sentence extended to every wise man in Babylon, including Daniel. The impossible had been demanded, and the clock was ticking. The wisest men in the empire now faced a fate no wisdom could escape. Only a miracle could save them. The king's deadly decree spread quickly, reaching Daniel and his friends. When Arioch, the captain of the guard, came for them, Daniel calmly asked for time to seek the answer. Granted a brief reprieve, Daniel gathered his friends, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. There was no talk of escape. Instead they turned to prayer, seeking mercy from the God of heaven. That night, in quiet desperation, they pleaded for the revelation that could save not only themselves, but all the wise men of Babylon. Their faith was their only hope, their prayers a lifeline in the darkness. They acknowledged their limits and placed their trust in the God who reveals mysteries. As Babylon slept, 4 captives knelt, believing that a single prayer could change destiny. They waited, not for the executioner, but for a whisper from heaven. In that humble room, faith became their shield against the king's wrath. The answer, if it came, would be nothing short of a miracle. That night, as Daniel lay in slumber, a deep and profound sleep settled upon him. The weight of the day, the anxieties of captivity, all faded into the background as his mind prepared to receive something extraordinary. The mystery, hidden from all others, was revealed in a vision, a divine unveiling of secrets yet to come. He saw the king's dream, a vivid, symbolic panorama unfolding before his very eyes. At the heart of the dream stood a colossal statue, a towering monument to earthly power and ambition. Its head, gleaming with unparalleled brilliance, was crafted of pure gold, while its chest and arms, strong and resolute, were forged of silver. The belly and thighs, representing a different kind of strength, were made of bronze, and the legs, unyielding and steadfast, of iron, culminating in feet of iron mixed with fragile clay, a sign of inherent weakness. Then, a stone, distinct and separate, not cut by human hands, appeared seemingly from nowhere. It hurtled towards the statue and struck the statue's feet with tremendous force, shattering the entire figure into countless pieces. The statue crumbled into dust, blown away like chaff in the wind, leaving no trace behind. But the stone, unlike the statue, grew into a mountain, expanding beyond all measure, that filled the earth, dominating the landscape. The vision was clear, a powerful message, a story of empires rising and inevitably falling, their glory fading with time, and a kingdom, unlike any other, that would last forever, an eternal reign. Daniel awoke, his heart pounding, overwhelmed with gratitude for the profound insight he had received, and praised the God of heaven, the source of all wisdom and understanding. "Blessed be the name of God forever and ever," he exclaimed, "for wisdom and might are his alone. He reveals deep and secret things, unlocking mysteries hidden from the ages." Daniel knew, with unwavering certainty, that this revelation was a divine gift, freely given, not born of his own intellect or achievement. He was merely the vessel, humbly chosen, to deliver a message, a prophecy, that would ultimately change the course of history. The secret that had tormented the king, driving him to the brink of madness, now rested safely with Daniel, entrusted to him by divine providence. The fate of many countless souls hung precariously on what he would do next, on the choices he would make. The answer to the seemingly impossible riddle had finally come. A breakthrough moment, not from the limited realm of human wisdom or earthly knowledge, but from the boundless wisdom of the heavens above. Now, with newfound courage and divine purpose, Daniel would face the king, ready to unveil the truth. Daniel was brought before Nebuchadnezzar the court, tense with anticipation. The king demanded, "Can you tell me the dream and its meaning?" Daniel replied, "No wise man can reveal this mystery, but there is a God in heaven who reveals secrets." He described the dream in perfect detail, the great statue, its dazzling metals, and the stone that destroyed it. As Daniel spoke, the king's astonishment grew, every detail matched his forgotten vision. Daniel recounted the statue's destruction and the rise of the mountain that filled the earth. The impossible had happened, a captive had revealed the king's own dream. The wise men watched in awe as Daniel unlocked the mystery that had threatened them all. Daniel made it clear this was not his wisdom, but a revelation from God. The king, once furious and afraid, now listened in wonder. The court was silent, the tension broken by the truth. Daniel had done what no one else could. The stage was set for the dream's meaning to change the course of empires. Daniel now revealed the dream, a vision granted by God to the king. He began to unravel the dream's meaning, a complex tapestry of future kingdoms and divine intervention. Each symbol held significance, each image a piece of the prophetic puzzle. "You, O king, are the head of gold. Babylon, the greatest of kingdoms, a symbol of power and opulence, destined for greatness but also for a future decline. After you will come another inferior kingdom, the silver, a realm of lesser glory, yet still mighty in its own right. Then a third of bronze, a kingdom forged in strength and military might, its influence spreading far and wide, and a fourth as strong as iron, a kingdom unyielding and unbreakable, dominating the world with its legions and laws. Each metal marked a new empire, a shift in power, a change in the course of history, each one destined to rise and fall, to leave its mark on the world and then fade into the annals of time. The feet of iron and clay showed a final divided kingdom, a fractured empire weakened by internal strife, strong yet fragile, destined to crumble, unable to withstand the test of time. But the stone cut without hands was different, a symbol of divine power, untouched by human corruption. In the days of these kings, the God of heaven will set up a kingdom that will never be destroyed, an everlasting dominion, a beacon of hope for all eternity. This kingdom would end all others, crushing the statue and standing forever, an eternal testament to God's power. Nebuchadnezzar fell before Daniel, humbled by the revelation, declaring, "Truly, your God is the God of gods and a revealer of secrets," acknowledging the divine source of Daniel's wisdom. The king promoted Daniel, recognizing his extraordinary abilities, making him ruler over Babylon's province and chief of the wise men, elevating him above all the other advisors in the kingdom. Daniel, once a captive, now stood as a testament to faith, a symbol of hope and resilience, and the power of the divine, a living example of God's grace and favor. The dream's message would echo through history, a timeless warning and a profound promise, a prophecy of empires and a promise of a kingdom that endures, a kingdom of righteousness and peace. Daniel's journey was just beginning, with many more mysteries yet to unfold and challenges yet to be faced.